Hi, and thank you for purchasing this video course. In this video, I'm going to show you how to make these earrings I called Notre Dame de Paris, because they remind me the beautiful cathedral rose windows. They are made with a circular brick stitch technique, and we have to start the work adding some beads to a closed ring like this one. In this video, I'm going to show you all the steps to make these earrings. I have used a clip for them, but you can use whatever you want. Earring hooks, earring studs, or beaded studs as well. So let's get started. To make our Notre Dame de Paris earrings, we will need 4 cm closed rings. You can find them everywhere on the web, but I'm going to leave you some online shops where to find them. 15 seed beads. I'm using PF 558 by TO. 11 seed beads, and I'm using PF 558 by TO. 4 mm 5 polished beads. 3 mm 5 polished beads, and I'm using sapphire color for both. Tulip needle and number 12 needle 2. 0.20 mm monofilament thread. Earring studs or clips or beaded studs as well. Artistic wire 0.81 millimeters, or you can use earring pins too. And finally, a set of pliers. You will need flat nose pliers, round nose pliers, flush cutter, and some curved pliers. Pick up an 11 seed bead and bring it at the end of the thread, leaving about 15 centimeters of thread free. Place the thread behind the closed ring, and as you can see, the seed bead is leaned against the ring. The shorter part of the thread is going upwards, the longer part is going downwards. So, pass the thread in front of the ring and pass the needle through the bead from the bottom to the top, trying to stop it with the fingers to fix it to the closed ring, and then pull the thread. The shorter thread is in the left hand, behind the ring. The longer thread is in the right hand, in front of the ring. Pick up another 11 seed beads and pass with the needle in the middle of the ring. Then, bring the seed bead at the end of the thread. Bring the seed bead at the end of the thread. Turn the thread to the left so that the bead fits the previous one, and pass through the bead from the front side, from the bottom to the top. I'm going to repeat this step one more time. The right thread is behind the closed ring. Pick up an 11 seed bead and bring it at the end of the thread. Turn the thread to the left so that the bead fits the previous one, and pass again through the bead from the front side, from the bottom to the top. Pull the thread. We have to go on with these steps to fill the inner part of the closed ring with the silver seed beads, the silver 11 seed beads. Once you have almost finished, you can see how to join the first and the last beads together. This is the final result, and we have covered the inner part of the ring with 11 OC beads. As you can see, the first and the last bead are slightly oblique because they are not well attached to the base. So, the thread exits the left bead and passes through the right bead from the top to the bottom. The needle extends outwardly. Pass behind the ring and pass through the same bead from the bottom to the top. Then, pass through the left bead from the top to the bottom. Bring the needle behind the ring and repeat the same step we made previously. Pass through the left bead from the bottom to the top and pull the thread. Now we are going to work with the fire polished beads and the 15 OC beads. Pick up a 4 mm fire polished bead, a 15 O and a 4 mm fire polished bead and bring it at the end of the thread. Now we have to work placing the thread between the loop on the top of the silver beads. Bring the beads at the end of the thread and skip the first loop, passing through the second loop from behind to the front and pull the thread. Now pass the needle through the right fire polished bead from the bottom to the top. Pick up another 15 OC bead and another fire polished bead and pass through the second loop, skipping the first one. Repeat this step to complete all the round. Now we have to join the first and the last fire polished bead together. The thread exits the last fire polished bead on the left. Pick up a 15 O and pass through the right fire polished bead from the top to the bottom and pull the thread. Pass again through the left fire polished bead and pull the thread, and pass again through the 3 beads to join them together well. The thread exits the 15 OC bead. Turn the work to fill the spaces clockwise. Pick up an 11 O and pass through the next 15 O and complete the round in this way. This is the final result. And now the thread exits one of the 11 O we have just added. Pick up another 11 O and pass through the next two 11 O's. Pick up another 11 O and pass through the next two 11 O's, seed beads, and pull the thread. Repeat these steps to complete the round. At the end of the round, we have to pass through the last two 11 seed beads and the first bead we have added into this round. In this way, the thread is ready to start the next round. Then pick up 5 15 seed beads and pass through the next 11 O. Repeat this step all the way around. Don't care if the beads are quite wavy. With the next step, the work will be perfect. This is the final result. The thread exits the middle 15 O of the sequence of 5 we just added to the work. Pick up an 11 O and pass through the next middle 15 O. And repeat this step till the end of the round. This is the final result, and the thread exits one of the 11 O we just added to the work. Now we are going to work again with the 15 O seed beads. The thread exits one of the 11 O seed beads, and we are going to work for 3 rounds with peyote technique with 15 O's seed beads. Pick up a 15 O and pass through the next 11 O, and repeat this step till the end of the round. We have just finished the first round, and the thread exits always one of the protruding beads we have just added. Let's start again with 15 O and with 2 more rounds. Once we have made the 3 rounds worked with peyote technique with 15 O seed beads, you can see the final result. Now we are going to make the inner decoration with some 3 mm fire polished beads and some 15 O seed beads. We are going to start working with the number 12 needle. Pick up a 3 mm fire polished bead, a 15 O, (3 mm fire polished bead, and pass through the specular 15 seed beads, leaving 5 beads on one side and 5 beads on the other side. Pass through the bead from the right to the left. Now pass through the sequence of 5 polished beads. And we are going to center this sequence passing through the 15 seed beads on the right because we have an odd number of seed beads. Then pass through the next 2 seed beads and pass through the first 5 polished bead. Pick up another 3 mm fine polished bead and we have to center the work on the left side. Pass through the middle 15 from the top to the bottom. Pass again through the 5 polished bead. Pass through the top 5 polished bead, bring the thread exiting the third bead on the empty space. Pick up another 5 polished bead and pass through the left 5 polished bead. Pass through the next 15 seed bead of the base and pass again through the same 5 polished bead, through the 15 seed beads, through the next 5 polished bead, then pass through the sequence of 15 and at least through the last 5 polished bead we have added to the work. All these steps are needed to center the cross made with sapphire 5 polished beads in the correct way in the middle of the empty circle. You have to connect each 5 polished bead to each corresponding 15. Now, bring the thread exiting one of the loops between 2 of the very first 11 seed beads we have added to the work, like shown in the video. I'm going to make this part of the earring with a new thread because I cut it during the work. We have to make only the external round of 11 seed beads. Pick up an 11 seed bead and pass through the loop between the two 11 seed beads like shown in the video and pull the thread. Stop the 11 with the fingers. The hole of the bead is upward. Pass through the same bead from the bottom to the top and pull the thread again. Pick up another 11 seed bead. Bring it at the end of the thread, pass through the loop between the next two 11 seed beads, and then pass again through the right bead, from the bottom to the top. Now we have to repeat this step to complete the round, and at the end I'm going to show you how to join the last and the first bead together. Now we are at the end of the round and we have to join the two beads together. The thread exits the right bead. Pass through the left bead from the top to the bottom and pull the thread. Then, pass through the right bead from the bottom to the top. Then, pass through the right bead from the bottom to the top. Then, pass through the silver ring to fix the bead at the base and repeat this step more times. Now we have to make a loop to connect the earring hook. So, the thread exits one of the 11 oscilled beads corresponding to the bow between the two fire polished beads in the middle. In this way, the loop will be perfect. Pick up 7 15 seed beads and pass through the fourth seed bead. Pass through the left 15 seed bead and then through the loop to make the loop stronger. Now I'm going to pass the thread through the beads. Join the two threads of the thread together with some knots and put on them a little bit of glue to prevent knots from melting. Now, cut about 4 centimeters of artistic wire. Pick up the round nose pliers and make an L by bending the wire at about 1/5 centimeters from the end. Pick up one 4 millimeters fire polished bead and put it on the wire. With the round nose pliers, we are going to wrap the wire to make a loop. Repeat this step on the other side. Then, open one of the loops to connect it to the loop of the earring we just made previously, and then close it with the flat nose pliers or curved pliers. At last, open the other loop and connect it to the earring hook loop and close it too. Finally, our first Notre Dame de Paris earring is made. As you can see, I've made a customized box for them. I hope the video is quite clear and sorry for my English mistakes, but I'm Italian, so sorry if I have made some mistakes in this video. If you have any question, please write to me at agapecollection@gmail.com or find me at my Facebook page Agape Bijou by Natalia Savastano. Thanks a lot for purchasing this video and see you in the next one. Bye!